The next track we have on this album, Revolver. If you don't know, we're reacting to the Beatles album, Revolver. Check out our Beatles playlist down below in the description. It's called She Said, She Said, and it's written by John Lennon with assistance from George. Described by Lennon as an acidy song. Acidy.
Okay.
With lyrics inspired by actor Peter Fonda's comments during an LSD trip in August 1965 with members of the Beatles and the Byrds. Inspired by Peter Fonda. Who is Peter Fonda? Do I know this person? I don't think I know any movies that he was in. Easy Rider.
Before our time.
Yeah, 60s movies. I need to get up to date on my 60s movies.
Paul.
And yeah, apparently there was an argument over this song's musical arrangement where Paul walked out of the studio during the song's recording. That
just makes me feel like the song's
funny.
gonna be really good. If there was an argument about it. Must be fire.
John was clearly passionate about the song then.
Yeah.
You make it how you bloody want to then.
I thought it should be he said, he said.
The Beatles. She said, she said. Let's dive.
Me feel like I've never been born.
Alright.
I said, who put all those things in your head?
Is it like a flatline noise? Like a hospital flatline beep noise? Like a
Is that what it
heartbeat
is?
monitor?
Who put all those things in your head? Things that make me feel that I'm mad. And you're making me feel like I've never been born.
What does that even mean, John?
She said, you don't understand what I said. I said, no, 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 you're wrong. When I was a boy, everything was right. Everything was right. I said, even though you know what you know, I know that I'm ready to leave. 'Cause you're making me feel like I've never been born.
I think Paul was right when he walked out.
Alright,
I think Paul walked out because he was like, what in the cluster F is this?
Yeah, Paul.
What in the acid?
I might be rocking with Paul on this one. I
It
don't
might
know.
have been a little too high on acid when they made this. And John was tripping balls when he made this.
I don't know. I'm finding it hard to kind of catch the rhythm of this track or something.
It's just very weird.
But, you know, I don't hate it.
I don't hate it,
I don't
but
hate it.
it's
but
like an acquired taste. I
Yeah. I need to
catch the vibe.
I might need to listen to it twice
Yeah.
to understand.
I said, no, 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 you're wrong. When I was a boy, everything was right. Everything was right. I said, even though you know what you know, I know that I'm ready to leave. 'Cause you're making me feel like I've never been born.
Every time that comes back around, I can't help but laugh.
That is hilarious.
I'm just
Making me feel like I've never been born.
born. It's pretty funny.
I wonder if that's George's line. or if that's Paul, or if that's John's line. He said George added a few lines.
She said, I know what it's like to be dead. I know what it's like to be dead. What it is to be sad.
I don't know about the lyrics. The lyrics are throwing me off.
I don't know. I know what it's like to be dead. She said, I know what it's like to be dead.
I don't think this song is supposed to make
Hold on.
sense.
We need to look at these lyrics.
Just imagining Paul walking out like, what the fuck is this guy? You heard the barn and the deadline. He's like, what? It doesn't make any sense, you know.
She said, I know what it's like to be dead. I know what it is to be sad. And she makes me feel like I've never been born. I can't tell if I find that poetic or just kind of just like, what? I like the way he says it too. Like it just makes you feel like it's super sarcastic.
Yeah.
Verse 2, I said, who put all those things in your head? Things that make me feel that I'm mad. And you're making me feel like I've never been born.
Why does he keep going back to that?
He's like, who told you that? Who put that in your head? I don't know if making me feel like I've never been born is a good thing or a bad thing.
I'm so confused.
That's where I'm confused. It's like, is that a good feeling?
How does someone make you feel like you've never been born? Like just void, just emptiness, just nothing?
What does that mean exactly?
You make me feel like I've never been born, as in I've never been hurt by life. Like,
You make me feel like I'm dead, or you make me feel like I'm in heaven. Is that what it is? Is it a weird way of saying you make me feel like I've never, like I'm in heaven? Okay, like I've never been born, like I'm in heaven
like
still.
even she doesn't understand what he said.
She said, you don't understand what I said. I said, no, you're wrong. When I was a boy, everything was right. Everything was right.
Alright, that explains it. And now he's ready to leave because she's making him feel like he's never been born.
I said, even though you know what you know, I know that I'm ready to leave. Because you're making me feel like I've never been born.
Even though you know what you know, I know I'm ready to leave. Like, what does that even mean? He's trying to be as vague as possible with this song. He really doesn't want us to know what he's talking about.
And the outro is, she said, I know what it's like to be dead. I know what it's like to be sad. And I know what it's like to be dead. So, I think, like, maybe she's saying, I know what it's like to be broken up with. I know what it's like to be dead to somebody. And John is, like, a protagonist that is ready to leave. Like, he's ready to break up with this person. I think him saying, when I was a boy, everything was right, is like him saying, I want to go back to before I met you.
She's making me feel like I've never been born, like, brand new. Like I'm experiencing everything for the first time.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's a good thing. Like, now I'm starting to think, like, you're making me feel like I've never been born is a bad thing. He keeps complaining.
Yeah.
He keeps saying, you know, who put those things in your head? You make me feel like I'm crazy. I'm mad.
He did say it's an acid song, so.
But he could be saying, even though you know what you know, I'm ready to leave because you make me feel like I've never been born, as in, like, I might catch feelings for you, so I need to go. It all is in how you interpret, like, I've never been born.
Yeah.
That's all this comes down to, really.
It's still funny. It just seems like.
So it's either she's crazy and he wants to fix her and he likes her and cares about her, but he's scared to fall in love with her, so he's got to go. He's ready to leave. Or he's ready to leave because she's just crazy. She's saying things that make him feel mad, like he's crazy. Or maybe he's gaslighting. Maybe he's crazy and she's the victim, but in his eyes, she's crazy. Hope that was a good breakdown for you.
I love how it was written after an acid trip.
I feel like this song is a grower. Like, this is a song you hear a few times, and that makes me feel like I've never been born. Just hits like a punchline and a joke. Like it's just kind of funny to hear. It's got this funny melody. It's kind of wacky, and I really do like the melody before that comes in though. Like,
Yeah.
before that part comes in, I do like the melody.
It's because it takes you out of the song because it's just so goofy.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he's being serious. He's just trying to be funny or something.
And then like the lines kind of feel like they run into each other.
And you're making me feel like I've never been born.
Nice guitar work.
She said, you don't understand what I said. I said, no, 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 you're wrong. When I was a boy, everything was right.
I love that part.
Like that?
Yeah, you don't like it?
I said,
I think that's the part I don't like.
even though you know
The
what
ride.
This part I
I
like.
know that I'm ready to leave. 'Cause you're making me feel like I've never been born.
Ringo is snapping. I hear his.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hear the fills.
She said everything was right.
Okay, I kind of like it. I don't know. See, it's growing on me already. Like,
Now
it's,
what you know, I know that I'm ready to leave. 'Cause you're making me feel like I've never been born.
I noticed the drums a lot more this time around.
She said, I know what it's like to be dead. I know what it's like to be dead. What it is to
Definitely
be
psychedelic.
what it is to be silent.
Huh?
Definitely psychedelic.
Yeah,
Like
definitely
the
psychedelic.
stuff they're saying, it kind of doesn't make sense. It's just kind of like random nonsense. Random psychedelic nonsense talking about being dead and stuff. He might even be talking about acid,
I think it.
making him feel like he's never been born.
Is he just saying like he's so fucked up, like that he doesn't remember when he was born, like he doesn't remember how he got here?
Yeah. Why are you making me say these mad things? Making me feel mad.
I guess if you look at it from a psychedelic perspective. So George wrote this part. When I was a boy, everything was right.
This guy was ruining
Yo.
their high,
Wow.
ruining their trip by saying, I know what it's like to be dead.
Peter Fonda kept saying, "I know what it's like to be dead," next to them.
Dude, that would terrify me.
Peter Fonda said that he shot himself as a kid, so he knew what it's like to die.
Dude, that is so dark.
So that's why That's why George talked about when he was a kid, and that's why the lyric "She knows what it's like to be dead" is in the song. It's the only song Paul walked out on.
He hated it. He said, screw this dumb song.
This is a good interpretation. You're making me feel like I've never been born, like you haven't begun life yet. I would say that's a good thing. Like, you make me feel like I'm experiencing something new. So it's like a love song. I mean, that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure
But
I said that, but whatever. It's supposed to be a weird song.
It's weird, but...
So it's not supposed to, like... It's supposed to sound a little weird.
I feel like I like it. Like,
Yeah.
I like how odd it comes off. It just gives me ideas to, like, tell people certain weird things. Like, now I want to go up to somebody and be like, I know what it's like to be dead.
And just say that. Just
Or
creep people
you make
out.
me feel like I've never been born.
Just say that to your mom or something. What?
Hey, Mom, you make me feel like I've never been born. What?
You know.
I mean, you're giving me a real experience, Mom. I feel like I was just born today because I love you so much.
You gotta say, born.
Born. I've never been born.
I just think it's funny that Paul walked out on that song, and it's a weird ass song. Like he probably was mad because he doesn't do acid.
That's what it was. That's what he said. That's what someone said.
So he's just like, what is this shit?